Shit wild as fuck.
That's the thing is, we all have opinions. We all are on. So it's only somebody's only talking about something and defending something and looking foolish for doing so when it's not the position that you took. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So for example, I was watching No Jumper the other day, right? And
Who's left on that?
Sharp is on there still. Almighty Suspect, which is the worst rap name of all time, by the way. This nigga whole name is Pause. But this dude named Flacco, which is the worst podcaster ever. They were interviewing Trap Lord Ross. Like, I don't know why the fuck Adam let him go on there without, like, he should have been there. That's a big enough guess to where you should have been there while he was there. Trap Lord Ross is probably like the number one YouTuber right now outside of Mr. Beast. Yeah, everybody watching his shit. Dude is cold at what he does. He's a fucking beast. But the problem is, Sharp started going at Trap Lord Ross talking about you made that Von documentary and you ain't never kicked it with his mama, his sister. You didn't get the real. You just put together tweets and shit and you think you know what the fuck is going on, but you don't know what's going on in these streets. First of all, nigga, you give your opinion on every fucking thing. That's what you do. You're a fucking YouTuber, my guy. Right. Like when the Meg Thee Stallion shit was going on, he be going in on me. Mm-hmm. Like he is all for Tory. Yeah, it's coming off a little suspect. Hey, we're gonna skip that part. That nigga is always on Tory's side to the point where I was like, hold up. If Trap Lord Ross can't speak on Von because he's not from Chicago, even though all he did was took everything Von said and tried to make sense of it, he put a timeline to everything Von was saying. Then how the fuck, and you saying he never experienced like being in Chicago and shit, you never experienced fucking Megan Thee Stallion and fucking her best friend. And going to a Kylie Jenner, that's her name? Party. And then getting into a fight in the car and pulling out a pistol. So why the fuck are you speaking on that? Like, you are a fucking hypocrite at this point, my nigga. You getting on TV talking about how Meg is lying and she shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have did that. Nigga, you speak on all type of shit that has nothing to do with you or your lifestyle. Nigga, he was fucking around with two chicks, was supposed to be in a relationship with one and all that type of shit. You was allegedly a pimp. Like, you would have never been in this situation because all the bitches would have known what was going on. So why the fuck are you speaking? It's just the hypocrisy that goes on with most podcasters.
But shout out to Tory, that album is fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
Fire. I been hearing good shit about it.
It's yeah, man. Yo, niggas get in jail, that's their best work.
He recorded this shit before you.
I'm about to say.
You thought this nigga recorded
that nigga in jail thinking he was Machiavelli, nigga. Like, that shit. I was like, damn.
Nah, that nigga recorded that bitch before he went in.
Nigga with the jail went right to work.
Nah.
Nigga said, I got time on my hands. I'm about to drop this classic on y'all.
Yeah, I ain't never really listened to none of Tory whole projects.
It's like one skip on that shit. But that whole project for sure.
Shit, this nigga got 10 years in jail. You might well go ahead and tell us, like, what the fuck made you do the shit now? Like, go ahead and keep it real. Like, don't keep lying to us, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess he'll never come out and admit that he did it because he got too many people on his side. Too many people was riding for him and they're still riding for him.
They still gonna buy his shit when it's
out, right? So if he comes out and says, I was lying or whatever, now the people that been riding for you so hard are gonna look so stupid. He would never come out and say it now. He wants to still. That's crazy. You want to be on the offense, but then you want to be looked at as the victim. That's crazy. Ain't that like basically that's the definition of gaslighting?
For sure.
You change your name to the gaslighter. Be arrested.
The gaslighter.
The gaslighter.
His finishing move is accountability.
He could get pinned and shit and start crying. Like he pinned the other person. I didn't want to beat you. I just had to. Like this shit. That'd be fucking crazy.
He hits you with fucking accusations and victim blaming. You hit yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. Nah, that's crazy as fuck, man. I gotta make sure I sent all of these. I had found some more topics for us to go in on, man. Huh? Yeah, I see. That's why I'm about to put it back up. Man, I found some more topics for us to go over. It's been all type of shit going on, man. Anyway, we're gonna take it from the top in just a second. Once we get there, logo in the background, y'all see a whole lot of Cap Man back in the building. Episode number, who knows? We don't keep
episode six, five. Episode question mark.
Episode question mark. This is, I don't know, at the new era of.
That's what I'm saying. Are we counting the old?
If we count just the new era,
it's episode 4.
It's like
there was 2 lost tapes.
There was some lost tapes. You noticed that, huh? Like we had.
There was 2 lost tapes.
Yeah, like before we got this machine in that allowed all of our microphones to work, we had like an episode or 2 where one of the microphones was just not working. So the shit just sounded so crazy, we didn't even release it. We just kind of got a couple clips off of it, and parsed it for clips, but uploading the whole, pod just would have been crazy. It was gonna sound stupid. But man, we in this bitch. Whole lot of Cap episode question mark. I just started putting the date on these bitches.
You might have to.
That's what I've been doing.
We're lost.
Yeah, we lost, man. But make sure, boy, hey yo, Eric in the building. And we got my guy Killer Kev in the building. And we your host, man. So we gonna get into all this shit that been going on this week, man. We know y'all been waiting on us to talk about this goddamn. But man, y'all know we gotta go with this.
We're gonna talk about how Russell Westbrook wants to come off the bench because he's gonna use Harden as a fall guy, and I love it.
Oh shit,
I love it.
Yeah, that's the way you get ahead of the narrative. That's the way you get ahead of the fucking narrative.
Move. Everybody's like, he's a great team player. Nope, that man's playing chess. Niggas playing chess. Checkers, he's playing chess.
Exactly.
If Harden stinks it up, which he will, which he will. He'll stink it the fuck up. What's gonna happen is you can't blame Westbrook because Westbrook elected to come off the bench and be the 6th man, which is a smart move. So now, did you see how happy Kawhi was when they finally won a game? You would have thought they won a championship. I mean, I've never seen so much emotion.
They won that shit because of Harden. Harden hit that step back. First of all, Harden and Russ should have never been starting together at the same time. Anyway, it's a conflict of interest. Don't nobody know who the fuck the point guard is. They both just like
they both need the ball to facilitate the offense.
They both need the ball to facilitate the offense, and they both are coming at it differently too because James Harden is a way better pure passer of the basketball. Russ, he is all about pacing, but his is always fast paced. Mm-hmm. And he's looking to score, but he can find you if you're open, you know what I'm saying? He could dump the ball off or whatever. Harden, he's more of a he could facilitate the offense. He's a better pure passer, but he also understands my turn, your turn type offense. Like where we got Paul George in this starting lineup, we got Kawhi Leonard in this starting lineup, and he's the de facto leader of the team just by virtue of being the best player. So James is cool with everybody taking turns and getting it. You know what I'm saying? Which I would rather play with James, but at the same time. Because Russ don't give a fuck about none of that. When Russ feel like shooting the ball, he don't give a fuck if you just hit 3 in a row. Right, bitch, it's my turn.
Not too much on Russ. Okay, Russ is still 6 years removed from having one of the best statistical seasons that we ever saw. I think the problem was that people use Russ incorrectly. I never thought Russ should have started. I think Russ needs to come with the second unit, and he kind of needs to facilitate, yes, for sure. He needs to facilitate that offense better because, I mean, like I said, it works out better for him. So if he wants to sit there and put his head down and run to the basket, he can do that because he'll be that guy because there's nobody else on the court who has that talent set as him. I mean, I think Bones is out the lineup. I don't even know who runs the second unit right now.
Bones he's still there, right?
He's there, but he fell out the lineup. He's not in the lineup no more.
How the fuck did that happen? You know what's crazy? The Knicks have a player. What the fuck is this dude's name?
Evan Fournier.
No, not him.
Is that?
No, it's a nigga with locks that's over there.
Quickly,
and fucking what's the guy you
Evan Fournier.
No, the one from the Clippers.
Bones Highland.
Bones Highland and Emmanuel Quickly are the same exact nigga. Like They look exactly the same, exact same hairstyle. I get so fucking confused watching these niggas play because I'm like, did this nigga just play earlier tonight? How the fuck? Like I don't know. I thought
he flew on the jet. On G5, I had to get the game.
Nigga getting his Dion on, but within the same sport instead of multi sports. But like I like Russ has been playing well for the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? Like, and kudos to him for bouncing back because when he played for the
They
Lakers,
misused him, and I think that's LeBron's fault.
but I mean, at the same time, he gotta take some of that accountability too.
Sure,
You can't just come into every situation saying I'm going to be the same guy I was at the last destination.
Right.
This is a completely different team. You know you're not the best player, and then on top of that, nobody missed those shots for him. He missed. He was clanking that shit out. This nigga was hitting behind the backboard. How the fuck do you do that?
Was trying to, so shooters are going to shoot, right? But the problem is when you
talking
have
to one of the
when you
best,
have
right?
when you have a LeBron James and you have an Anthony Davis, you're not allowed to do that per se, just because of the fact that you have two people you can just pass off to and then figure it out with the second unit. He never wanted to be second unit because he felt that they were misusing him because he had an idea in his head and they were kind of poisoning him. So when they finally like started dogging him and making him the scapegoat and this, that, and the third, and then it like killed his self-esteem and it killed his work ethic. I mean, that's when you saw, they call him Westbrook, and then it was a whole bunch of slander. So when he finally left and went to the Clippers, I mean, it worked out for him. I mean, like I said, they know he gets to play his game, and his game is basically being that bull in a china shop. Honestly, I mean, because when he puts his head down, it's over. Like you're not going to see him until he's on the other side of the basket.
Yeah, I agree with that for the most part, but it's just still like, man, at some point you have to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a player, so when you make it to the NBA, when he goes on these shows after he retires and he's doing podcasting and people are asking him questions,
he's gonna have hella stories.
Yeah, he's gonna have hella stories, but at the same time, they're asking you these questions because you automatically, when you're talking to somebody who actually did something at the highest level, you expect their intellect to be vastly superior to a novice, somebody who has never done it. That's why, you know what I'm saying, not only the celebrity they bring to the pods, you know what I'm saying, but they say, oh, you did it at this high level. You must think the game better than we see the game. That's not the case most of the time. Most of the time, that's really why most great players don't make great coaches, because they can't even really explain to you how the fuck they did what they did. It's just natural to them. Their instincts are different than most humans' instincts, and that's what led them to be a great. Westbrook is one of them guys. He does the game, like he plays the game off of instincts, and his instincts are wrong a lot of the times, and so he doesn't have like the basketball mind of somebody like, let's say, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is a fucking basketball savant. LeBron is a basketball savant. So when guys like that, Chris Paul is a basketball savant. Steph Curry is a basketball savant, and he has a crazy. He had crazy instincts as well. I mean, just to be able to run that system as they do in Golden State, which all runs through him, they don't win without Steph Curry.
He's just very good at what he does. I mean, I would say he's more of a revolutionary because of the fact that now nobody wants to fucking shoot mid-range jumpers anymore.
Right.
But I just think he was afforded the offense that was curated for him. Excuse me. And he was able to capitalize off of that offense.
I'm gonna take you back to Davidson though. He's been doing this shit for a long time.
But they also curated that offense for him because they knew what they had. I think what happens was the reason why Golden State didn't know what they had because he was always injured. He had flimsy ass ankles. I'll tell you that. No, he was almost out the league because
no, you're right. Hey, you know why I'm gonna say this though? And I think you're going to agree with me after I say this. You could have a great offensive skill set, right? Like he's the greatest shooter ever, like in the NBA history. So yeah, we give him that. But why I would say he's a savant is because of how much he wins. Like look at guys. There's a shitload of guys who could score with the best of them. You had your Monte Ellis's over the year. Look at the guy that just left them last year or this year, Jordan Poole. Like you got Jordan Clarkson down there with Utah. Like it's just a whole bunch of guys that could put the ball in the basket. They don't win like that guy. They don't win at the level that guy wins, and he got a championship before KD even came there, and he got them after they left. To run those teams the way he does, the way he makes those teams stick together, I just say that he's a savant because of that. Now, maybe it doesn't stick out as much because we don't actually see the behind the scenes stuff, and he's not he's not a micromanager like a Chris Paul or or a LeBron. But I think in his own way, he's a savant because of how his team defers to him and how they play the game the right way. And he could just go up to a guy. You see him all the time. He just give a dude a look, or he go up to him. And then they instantly get with the program or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can control a fuck man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Nobody can control a nigga like Draymond Green. And okay, since last episode that we filmed, a lot has happened. Draymond got suspended for 5 games.
Sorry, which is like I don't like that suspension.
You
suspended John Morant for having a pistol on IG for 20.
They said it was a lighter. They said it was a lighter as well.
Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, they said it wasn't even a real pistol.
So it wasn't for a fake pistol for IG for 20 games. Mind you, there's only 100 people, and the only reason why we know about it is because everybody kind of reposted it.
Yeah,
Draymond choked somebody for a minute, didn't let go, to the point where like 4 people had to physically remove his hands away from him. You know what I'm saying? And he only got 5 games. And they said the reason why they gave 5 games was because in the nature of things, he wasn't the initiator.
Right.
So that's why they only gave him 5, because he was just in the like the ruckus kind of doing it. But I was like, the man choked somebody, bro. And his reputation precedes him. I mean, like they made a whole highlight reel of all his dirty plays. I mean, the kicks in the grind, the dragging people, the slapping people in the face. I mean, it's some type of precedent. Yeah. I think he should have got 10, honestly. Only just off that rip to kind of teach him a lesson. But 5 games is nothing to him.
Yeah, I mean, Draymond Green is the Black Grayson Allen. Like
he should. Yes. Oh,
so,
that makes a lot of sense.
So yes, he deserved more games than 5. 5 was a lot because you're gonna lose a shitload of money during that time. But at the same time, it's not a lot because nigga, you've been doing this shit for years. Like, keep your hands to yourself. And I hate to be that guy, but this shit could have been so much worse. You're holding a 7-foot guy by the neck.
Dragging him like a rag.
Dragging him like a rag, dog. Everybody's around you, putting their hands on you and him. What if he had to fail? What if he had to fail and couldn't protect his neck? What if his head had to hit your knee? Anything could have happened. And you went after a guy once again that was not furthering the violence. He was trying to split it up. That's like during the Million Man March, or that's like during the I Have a Dream speech going up and clothesline at Martin Luther King. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, he is out here trying to make shit better.
That correlation is crazy.
It's like it's just like the guy who was for the peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, you come out there and you attack him like with violence. That's crazy, man.
But Patrick Beverly did say something that really did make sense. It was like Cat and Anthony Edwards don't fucking Gorbo, whatever his name is. Rudy. He said that. Cat was right here. Anthony Edwards is right here. Y'all don't hit him, push him, grab him, nothing. Y'all kind of just like, hey, don't touch me. Hey, move around. I'm like, bro, if that's my teammate, like, you getting choked too. Now it's 2 people getting choked.
No cap.
So they said, I don't think niggas like Rudy in the locker room.
They don't like Rudy. Like, Rudy has become like a punching bag. He is the new JaVale McGee. He's the new Dwight Howard. He's the new just any player that was looked at as like a choke.
Is the new Dwight Howard.
Whoa, yeah, me.
Yeah.
Touche. Yeah. Touche. Oh, we don't know. Touche. But hey,
Touche.
Touche. Hey, but no, I did see how they reacted to them. But I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. Those niggas, I saw more than what met the eye right there. They could have done something to Draymond. Those niggas are scared of Draymond. That's all that was, I think.
I don't think Anthony Edwards is scared of Draymond.
Anthony Edwards is
Cat. Now, yes, I'll give you that.
Cat is scared of him.
He's traumatized after Ben Simmons choked him out. And he tapped on the goddamn on the floor. I don't know about Anthony.
I think Anthony Edwards, he reminds me of a guy who. So he's young as fuck. First of all, Draymond is way older than him. So I think he would defend himself. I know he would defend himself against but
Draymond. He's kind of like, it's not my beef. I ain't got
it. He's not looking at it like that. And then it's like that shows that respect level for Rudy or lack thereof.
I don't know. All I know is that if that was the Clippers and Russell was there, Draymond would have got choked because Russell would have choked.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah,
I think, and then Kawhi would have been the one we would have been talking about, like why he not in there.
Why he didn't jump in this shit? Pause. That's crazy.
Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think Rudy is not liked in that locker room. I think that he is the odd man, the black sheep.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna come to some type of situation where like they're gonna have to make a decision on whether to keep him or Towns, even though you can't even trade Towns because his contract is disgusting.
Exactly.
It was like $70 million or something, 70, and then I think 65, and then $70 million. I was like, that's like these contracts are disgusting. You can't even trade. Like Jaylen Brown's contract in 2 years is gonna stink.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be unmovable.
300 M's. Hey, but man,
and you gotta pay Tatum.
Yeah, no, he definitely he gonna need more than that. Give me that. Hey man, speaking of beating up light skinned people, Cassie has sued Diddy for like
he's transitions.
He said Cassie is saying P Diddy abused her during their relationship. She said that he was raping her during their relationship.
Allegedly, please.
Allegedly. That was what I said. She said.
Allegedly.
And then she also said that Diddy was paying male prostitutes to fuck her while he jacked off and watched. Whew, that's a lot to unpack. Pause. But that's kind of crazy though, like, because before we can even talk about this shit got settled. Less than 24 hours. Have never seen that before in life. Who settled a case in less than 24 hours?
Michael Jackson.
In less than 24 hours? I've seen them they drug Michael Jackson for years.
Because he did it again. There's a difference. He did it multiple times.
Okay.
But there was times with Michael Jackson. So you got to understand that.
24 hours?
I'm
going to need to see some documentation on that one. Because I understand that he did settle, for sure. Like, and a lot of people have settled. And he probably settled really quick.
So he reluctantly settled, and then he had to settle.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson, for sure.
But I'm saying, like, this wasn't even 20 hours. It ain't come down
to So this is legal posturing by Cassie, and this is legal chess by Diddy, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, I think everybody watches Suits, but everybody doesn't have no type of idea of how law works, right? Mm-hmm. So the dispositions would have came out because, it would have went to trial, and then you would have read all the shit, and then he would have had to cop to something. In order to stop that, you just settle. Whatever the number is, pennies on the dollar, 25 cents on the dollar, 50 cents on the dollar, whatever the case may be. He didn't pay $30 million.
The shit still came out. No, he definitely didn't pay $30 million, and people are getting that twisted. There's a lot of fake ass narratives out. Somebody said, I was looking online. I've been seeing a lot of the fake narratives. Somebody said, well, y'all are wondering why Cassie is just now coming out and saying something. It's because the NDA just expired. Cap. An NDA is not something that's there in lieu of the law. So if I tell him to sign this piece of paper, I tell him to sign this NDA because I killed somebody, he could sign the NDA and still go tell on me. Like, it doesn't negate you from
it's kind of like when you talk to your therapist, and your therapist says if you try to harm yourself, I still have to report that, even though you're not supposed to. I'm not supposed to, but if you sell something like you do self-harm or harming somebody else, you have to report that, because then that person can lose their license. So it goes hand in hand. So I saw that narrative too, but a lot of it I think is just, once again, all allegedly. I think that Diddy has a lot of powerful connections. I think the same connections that Russell Simmons has, because Russell Simmons went through something like this, and nobody talks about how he moved. And he moved crazy. He dated Kimura while Kimura was a sophomore.
Well, he literally moved.
And we have tangible proof. Even Kimura, when that happened, she said, interesting, right? So there's a lot of information. I think Pandora's box is open, and I think over the next couple of months, Diddy is going to have to take multiple lawsuits. They're coming. All right? Like they're going to hit him. They're going to hit him. But I think But I think, like I said, those 24 hours is probably the most stressful 24 hours I think he's ever had to go through, because all the videos, the video of him and Justin Bieber about how they disappeared for 48 hours, and then Justin Bieber, when I think there was another interview he did 2 months later, and he was like, "How come you don't call me no more?" And Justin was he was stuttering real bad.
Yeah.
The interview Usher did with Howard Stern about how he was 16 in a house with Diddy, Biggie, Craig Mack, all the bad boy artists, and
all this Tupac stuff that's going on. So you know me, I like to play it fair. We don't know if this nigga did this shit or not, but we gonna talk about both. But we gonna talk about it from both sides of the coin or whatever. Somebody was like, "Yo, why the hell would she wait so long to talk?" Now we already threw out the NDA as being bullshit. That's crazy. That makes no sense. But somebody, this one lady online, she got like the coldest comment I done heard. They said Diddy was walking around blowing up cars, killing rappers, poisoning his baby mama, dangling niggas out of windows, and y'all talking about Cassie should have said something back then. Nigga, she was scared. And allegedly,
there's
Diddy,
tangible proof that he blew up Kid Cudi's car. Tangible proof he blew up that man's car.
So would you go after a billionaire that was nigga? First of all, Gotham City is just a nickname for New York, right? Diddy played the Joker better than anybody had seen the Joker play since Heath Ledger.
And that was symbolism.
And this nigga Diddy is the real fucking Joker. My nigga, like, he blowing up cars, killing opposition. Like, what the fuck? He raping chicks. He make, like, yo, this nigga is fucking wild. And if he did this shit, if, you gotta put the ifs out there. If this happened,
he's diabolical.
He is fucking diabolical.
Listen, he for sure blew up Kid Cudi's car, and then allegedly he poisoned Kim because Kim was dropping a memoir and fingered him.
Whoa. What the fuck?
I was like, damn, that's gonna sound crazy. No, but like pointed him out in multiple chapters of her memoir where he was doing crazy shit and tried to make her do it, and then she got the courage to leave. And then Kimura is a legit witness, but the only reason why he can't touch Kimura is because of Russell.
Man, you know what's crazy? This, oh my god!
Somebody said something funny about it. It was like how 90% of Bad Boy, with the exception of French Montana, is either dead, gone, or like out of natural causes, or like they just their career just died out. Like the only person.
Oh well, he doesn't. Well, so his artists, he's not promoting his artists for the betterment of them, like, or so they can mutually eat or whatever. Like me, for instance, when coming up with this podcast, I literally think all day. This is what I think about. I think about us getting rich, and I don't want to be the only one that's rich. So that's why I want y'all to be rich too. So when we when we traveling and shit, I want all that shit to be on me. I want all of us to experience this shit at a high level. This nigga Diddy, everything he does is for himself to get stupid rich. But but these niggas gonna have to take some of this. They're gonna have to take some of this accountability as well. Y'all was signing bullshit ass contracts. You also was re-ing up on bullshit ass contracts. And then on top of that, when you got the money that you were making, y'all wasn't investing it. Like, y'all were just blowing through this shit trying to live like Diddy. Like, no, you can't do that. Because Mace got bread still. Like, Mace is doing really good. He only did one fucking album with Bad Boy.
That's because Cameron was in his ear telling him, this is how you do it. Like, when the money was getting low, Cameron was the one that was kind of telling him, like, yo, this is how you maneuver. He's the one who even tried to tell him, like, get away from Diddy. Because Diddy was trying to sign Cam. Cam said, hell no.
Yeah.
He said the money wasn't looking right. Fuck out of here. I think the problem is Diddy was the first person to do the 360 deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't listen. These 360 deals, Diddy was the architect for that.
360 has got a bad rep though. It's like, but 360 deals aren't actually bad. They're not actually a bad thing to do unless you can't recoup. Unless you can't. So basically, a 360 deal, like if they put $1 million into your shit or whatever, like so they get a piece of everything. So they get a piece of everything, but if you're an artist that's coming with nothing at all to your name, then the 360 ain't bad. Like Future was in the 360 deal and made multi-millions.
But it's a hit or miss. I think the bad rap that comes with the 360 deals, like a lot of artists can't recoup that initial money, the investment that is given to them, because, like I said, when it comes to today's music, it's so instantaneous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could just drop a track right now,
right,
and then tomorrow we drop another track, and then 2 days later somebody else can drop a track similar to ours, and ours is in the dumpster, right? Back then, it was the radio was your only source, and then you had LimeWire. That was really what the fuck all you had.
Exactly.
So, you know, there's too many options to digest music and all, and I think a 360 deal back then was probably more easier to kind of like say, okay, I can do this now, right? Because lawyers were like, well, you're not seeing this money nowhere else, So Diddy was able to lock you in there because I mean I think I remember reading one of the contracts and like he takes your publishing, so he takes any like your likeness. You can't even use your name no more. Like you like
So
everything.
And so that's why I say 360 deals are very much misunderstood. I just looked it up to see exactly what it is because I remember doing some research on this a couple years back and saying, oh, this ain't really that bad because you get to negotiate the terms of the 360 deal. The problem is somebody will say, I'm gonna put you in a 360 deal, and then these niggas just sign this shit, not knowing that
like they taking everything. Like,
yeah, you're able when you're in a 360, you're still able to negotiate the percentage of the 360 deal. So if you are already a known entity and you want to go sign with Bad Boy, you can, and they say they want to sign you to a 360, you can literally tell these people, okay, I want to do a 70-30 split. So you get 30% of everything I do. So they during the 360 deal, they get a piece of every thing that brings you in money, all of your revenue streams. So from your publishing to your going on the road, your touring or whatever, your merch, and your album sales. So and your what do you call them? When you're on somebody else's your features, all that shit. So they get a piece of all of that. That sounds crazy.
That's the shit that Meg Thee Stallion was on.
Yeah, but it only sounds crazy
when you're not making it. Like when you. So I think a lot of people happens is they sign a 360 deal, they get that initial investment, they get excited, and then they start making more money than they ever made in their life, and then they look at the contract and go, "These motherfuckers are taking too much." Because I think.
But that's on you. If nobody knew you ahead of time, like a Meg Thee Stallion or she was slightly known. I was watching her when she was getting 70,000 views before they put the money in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got an artist like Erica Banks who does a 360, and it makes more sense because nobody knows you beforehand. So the label has to put out way more money to get you popping in the first place. So
you start off in the red.
Yeah, you start off in the red. So a Meg Thee Stallion doing a 360 deal right now, she's gonna come in the door like on an 80-20 split, like and that's not bad at all. Like I'm gonna give you 20% of everything I'm doing. I could do that, and you giving me all this money up front. But
this
then
is why they tell
if they got you on a 40-60 deal,
yeah, you're getting fucked.
You're getting fucked.
But this is why they tell artists, like for instance, Chance the Rapper, Russ, like they call them industry plants because they don't have those type of deals because in a 360 is standard now. Like you can't walk in there and say I want this, right? So a lot of people go the independent route and then they kind of maneuver that way. Because if you look at Russ is low key signed to that's not Russ. Chance the Rapper is low key signed to Columbia or Interscope, one of the two.
Yeah.
He signed to, but he originally started off independent, so all that money he was making, it was going straight to him. He was being backed by a big known record company, but they weren't touching him because of the way he negotiated his shit. So I mean, it just depends on if you're business savvy or stuff like that. But a lot of people they see a number, they get excited, and they don't realize that everything you do from that number gets hit. Like let's say for instance you got a 70-30 split, you're taking $1 million, you get your 700, then you got to pay your agent, then you got to pay everybody back. Then you gotta do XYZ 1 2 3. You may only see 200,000. You learned that from TLC.
Yeah,
remember they were singing No Scrubs the whole time they was the Scrubs.
The whole time, goddamn it. But it just depends. Like, do what works best for you. Don't be an artist out there that's saying like, yo, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z because I ain't I'm not signing the 360. Well, nigga, no, if you got 17 people watching each video you drop, nobody trying to promoters aren't trying to book you for a show. You literally aren't even known outside of your own neighborhood. Like, nigga, a 360 deal might be what you need to put you over the top. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if you're a guy or a female who has tried to work the independent route like for a long time and it hasn't done anything for you. Hey man,
and they just get a bad rap just because a lot of rappers have had terrible success with that. Yeah, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people they say they hear 360, they're like, oh hell, I'll never do that. Whole time, that's all they're offering.
Whole time too. We not gonna treat all these record labels like they're the fucking bad guys, nigga. If you go to, so we'll bring up Future again, because Future had fell out with Rocco, didn't like the percentages that Rocco was making off of his albums. He went and signed another deal while he was already on the contract with Rocco. But mind you, nobody knew who the fuck Future was before he got with Rocco. You signed this shit with him. He put money into your career or whatever. Future also was related to one of the guys with Goody Mob, Rico Wade. he didn't put you in position to become a super mega star. You know what I'm saying? Rocco did that. You don't think Rocco deserves compensation for what he put out to get you to the spot you were in? The very first Rocco feature, first time I've ever heard him rap was on a song called "Ambitious." It's a Rocco song. Like, so he did stuff for you that definitely deserved compensation. So when he went out and he signed that other deal and they wound up going to court, guess what the judge told him? Judge told him, like, yo, you can give Rocco $9 million right now, or he's gonna get a percentage on the next 5 albums you drop. And he elected to go with the percentage of the next 5 albums he dropped. And, I think that's what he went with.
This just goes to show you that money and greed, terrible things.
Hell yeah, man. I hate that they fell out because, like, shit, we all listen to Future, and Rocco is one of my favorite artists all time. Like, he was my favorite rapper at one point. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of favorite rappers, did you see that what went viral today? Some guy had let's go to the shade room so I can read it word for word. If the congregation will turn to shade room, verse 5.
Shade room verse 5.
Chapter 6. Nigalations. Okay. So this dude, I don't know who he is. Nick Love, ATL. He says, this might shock some of y'all, but in the South, Gucci Mane was bigger than Jay-Z. Juvenile was bigger than Jay-Z. Tip was bigger than Jay-Z. Master P was bigger than Jay-Z. Hell, Trick Daddy may have been bigger than Jay-Z. It's no disrespect. We just came around like, what you got to say about that? As the resident New Yorker.
I don't hold Jay-Z in high regard like a lot of people do. Like, you know what I'm saying? The holy trinity of New York rappers is Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie. And then then it depends on who you like for the other one, right? A lot of people say Eric B. A lot of people say fucking M.O.P. I mean, I don't know.
On Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, all of them. All I know is that when you go to the South, you don't hear a lot of up north stuff, right? You only hear the mainstream up north rappers. So
true.
The problem is that wherever you're from, that's going to be your version of Jay-Z. Like if you go to West Coast, they're not going to tell you like I don't Gucci. I didn't really hear Gucci like that. I heard like E40. I heard who's the guy that passed away? I hear him. I hear Snoop.
Nip.
Nip.
Easy.
So I'm hearing that. So I guess it's more of a geographical thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like wherever you're at, it's definitely gonna be like. And then it's so you will get. First of all, I cannot stress enough. One of the dudes I hoop with, he's from Philly. He went to the Legends of the Streets tour last summer. This nigga came to the gym the next morning and said, "Yo, I had no fucking idea." His girl is from the South. He had no idea. Like that when Gucci came on, everybody in the whole State Farm arena singing Gucci word for word, bar for bar. Gucci, I can't express this enough. Gucci Mane ran rap for about a 3 to 4 year stretch down here. You could go nowhere without hearing Gucci. He was dropping mixtapes every week like Jordan's was dropping. Going crazy, like real shit. He took what Master P did in 97, 96 or whatever, where he was dropping an album every week, but it was somebody different on his label every week dropping an album. He took that shit and put skill behind it because Master P can't rap. But back then we thought it was dope. Like,
listen, don't shit on Bout It. Right.
Master P music did not stand the test of time. His music
sounds horrible. Still go hard in the club.
So. Yeah, he got like 4 or 5 songs. Hootie Hoo probably still sounds good. Make 'em Say sounds good.
Make 'em Say sure.
Make 'em Say is also a classic.
Bout It.
Bout It.
And the New York remix with Cameron on it.
Yeah, Bout It. That fucking beat was just crazy. That shit was crazy. But Master P cannot fucking rap. Like, this just is what it is. Like, so his music didn't stand the test of time because if you try to listen to that shit right now, you can be like, what the fuck was I listening to? I tried that shit one day. Trust me. It wasn't a long car ride because I turned that shit off. But Gucci Mane shit, like, he was dropping every week, and Gucci Mane had bars on that shit. Plus, the beat was fucking crazy because Zaytoven was doing 90% of the beats. And you know, like the nigga was having fun. He put us on to his whole squad. So Icy,
Yeah, saved
he ran that shit.
overtime. I know when he finally was like, I'm not dropping something. He was like, whoo. He was like Jimmy Butler in the bubble when he fucking worked. He was like, shit, nigga. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So Zaytoven used to be a barber. He was a barber, a full-time barber, scared to leave the barbershop. And Gucci Man said, "How much are you making a week?" I think Zaytoven told him, like, you know, I'm making anywhere between this fucking early 2000s, late 90s and shit. I think he told him he was making like anywhere between $900 to $1,200 a week, and Gucci told him, you know what, I give you 15 a week.
It's like
2,000 a week.
Today's numbers.
Yeah, yep. With inflation, shit, god damn. So like I think he told him he was gonna give him like $1,500 to $2,000 a week to strictly be in the studio. And Zaytoven did that, and they made some fucking masterpieces. Now, Jay-Z was always respected down south. We always knew he had bars. Yeah. We always knew that he could make a good song. But did we prefer that over Gucci? The answer is fucking hell no. Like, not at all. We was, even out of New York, he wasn't the first pick down here. We was listening to Cam. We was listening to Jewels. And Cam was damn near like an adopted. Cam, Harlem for some reason just seems like them niggas feel they dress, they like some southern niggas up north. Like
Cam and DMX for that Swiss Beats connection. So
yeah, DMX was just different. Man, I'm glad you brought DMX, man. Like we met the celebrities. It's crazy.
He's about to drop some weird fun fact about how Jay-Z's never been number one.
When Jay-Z came out, he did not. We weren't like, who is this nigga? Oh my God, this is the. When DMX came out, everybody was like, what the fuck? I will never forget. You know somebody made a big ass impact when you know where you was at when you first heard that song. When you first heard them, and you remember what you thought when you heard that shit. I was at home in the den, and I heard that Rough Riders anthem come on. That it's like, yo, and then the nigga started growling and shit. And we like, wait, what the? So new. And then stop. Like by the time he got to the chorus the second time, you already knew the shit. You was like, you didn't even know. We didn't know where he was from, but he just. That's when you know you're great. When it don't even fucking matter where you from. Like we didn't even give a fuck.
DMX and 50 are the two smartest rappers probably in our lifetime. DMX would hit you with the little catchy hooks, and then he would pull you in. 50 did the same thing. 50 would get you with those. He would just pump out records. Mm-hmm. He took that Gucci blueprint, dropping a mixtape every Friday. You know, Friday time in New York was a fun time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you had the DJ Wu Kid mixtapes, you had the G-Nin mixtapes. Then after that, everybody started jumping on that bandwagon. Then you had the Desert Storm mixtapes. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Jay-Z, and the funny thing is, Jay-Z really wasn't on these mixtapes like that. Even on the Rockefeller mixtape, he wasn't on it. He wasn't on it like that. So it's like, you know,
what the fuck is the industry plan? Everybody from the 90s is an industry plan. These niggas was signed before the rest of the world knew them. It is what it is.
Yeah, they were.
Everybody was a fucking industry plan. By the definition of industry plan.
They were on the bench.
Yeah.
50 was on the bench for dumb long. He was on Jam Master Jay's level before he got killed. So I mean he was on the bench for a long time. Eminem was on the bench for a good minute. He was on somebody else. I don't remember whose label. He was on some label that was a part of Interscope.
Right. But all these people are Sexy Red. Like they was releasing videos of her doing songs and being at Duck. You know, what's it? FBG Duck? Not was it FBG? FBG Duck from Chicago who got killed. She was with him years ago. Yeah. So she didn't just start moving. She from St. Louis.
There was a song on Vine that she sung many years ago when she actually looked like something like
when she had ass.
Yeah, when something you would take down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's been around for a while. Hell, there's a lot of rappers who've been sitting on the
all
bench.
These people that y'all are calling industry plants, literally. So unless you're going to say somebody like a Nav, somebody who is related to somebody who's in the industry that's like a high exec, because I think his sister is like a big wig at Atlantic or some shit like that. And even with that, even though that may be the case, he still had to go out there and record the music and do the work. You know what I'm saying? But the term industry plant doesn't really apply to fucking anybody, unless you want to say Will Smith's son, Jaden and Willow, like they got like introduced to the masses because of who their parents are. They didn't have to go through the grind. But other than that, like nigga,
who's the greatest? Yo, my boy or my homegirl is famous. I'm gonna say
Yeah, he is. Because he
Because
got a couple hits out.
Came from.
Yeah,
But you just know he got some jokes.
He got a couple hits out of the deal. He didn't technically grow up with Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't grow up with him.
That was his cousin or something.
They stayed in the same neighborhood. He's from Jay's neighborhood, and somehow somebody that Memphis Bleak is related to was good friends with Jay-Z. So they kind of looked at him like a nephew type shit. They aren't close in age. Jay-Z 78 and he's like 40. Like
adding 10 years to this man's age.
10 years.
You said he was 65 the other day.
That nigga was grown before we was born, for real. Like I saw a video of him. He was a rapper in like 83. Grill, like he was making bread already. In 83, you was a grown ass man. We weren't even born.
16.
Huh?
Was he 16?
Nah, he was grown. He was grown. He was outside. But
he had the Kango chain and the hat, and he was rapping like Cool in the Game.
If you was 20 and 83, then 93 you was 30, and then in 03 you was 40, and then in 13 you was 50. It's 23. You 60. That nigga 60, man.
Like, I refuse to believe that Jay-Z's that old, bro.
Like, cause how was he grown in 83? Like, I saw a picture. Like, look at it's a picture of him.
He's 53, man.
Yeah, that shit wrong, man. So you trying to say that
added 20 years to this man's age?
Picture that I saw him in 83 was a 13-year-old. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
He's just a grown third. Listen, if you look at NBA pictures of motherfuckers in their 20s in the 70s, they look 50. So I can understand your sentiment.
But this is the inverse of that. This is the exact opposite. Like, why did he look so much younger? I mean, he didn't look old, but he looked like he was an adult though. He was getting great.
Illuminati. That's why he kept throwing it up. He was getting that power.
Yeah, that's why The Rock is their signal.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but hey, we're gonna get back to this though. Like, so down south, yes, Gucci Mane ran shit. So yeah, he was bigger. Juvenile clearly was bigger because Jay-Z heard his song and was like, I need to get on that shit. Yeah. So yeah, Juvie for sure. Juvie has one of, like, if you ask anybody down south, like the top 10 down south albums, the top 10 classic down south albums, everybody has Juvenile 400 Degrees in there. Like, anybody over a certain age. Let's see who else he had on here. He said that he said T.I. did his thing for a long ass time. I wouldn't say he was.
Wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't say he was bigger than Jay-Z. Well, down south, I would say you did hear more people listening to T.I. because when he came out with Urban Legends and
Atlanta. So I think this is around the time.
I wasn't even in Atlanta. I was in Memphis and we was listening to
T.I. around the time where Atlanta started catching fire.
Yeah.
So
I could say
Jeezy, you had Tip, you had Ludacris.
Yep.
So you had all those like kind of fighting for that supremacy at the time. So, and then Atlanta started like pumping out records, and then it started trickling its way up north. So I mean, I can understand why you say T.I.
How about this? T.I. when he came out, the two, I'm gonna give you what you said earlier. I'm gonna agree with that. DMX and 50 Cent biggest initial impact of all time, like of any rap artist. When they came out, everybody was like, "Who the fuck are these niggas?" Stopped you in your tracks. You remember where you was at. T.I. had one of those moments too. Probably the biggest of anybody from them. If it's not the biggest, he up there. Cause the first time we heard him rap, it wasn't even his song. He was on the I Ain't Never Scared.
Right.
And when he rapped, I remember everybody saying, "Who is this nigga?" Like, cause when he came on that, I ain't bad, just don't kiss no ass or take shit. How the fuck I'm a grown man if I use somebody to play with. Oh my God, I forgot how he came in on that verse, but however he started that verse on Never Scared,
and then it
was crazy.
Yeah, it was that, and then the remix to Drive Slow.
Oh yeah, he went crazy on that.
I want to say that.
Yeah,
I don't think it was the same. I think it was like a year later he dropped that.
Yeah, Drive Slow was
that's when New York started catching when Kanye was catching fire, and they did the Drive Slow remix, and he was on there.
Yeah,
and then that's when people really started seeing T.I. as a household thing.
See, we was on the Gangsta Grills too.
Yeah,
his Gangsta Grills is, man. T.I. got a top 3 Gangsta Grill project, like top 3, definitely top 4 of Gangsta Grill, because with me, I'm going like I'm unbiased. Even though Gucci is my favorite rapper of all time, Jeezy's Gangsta Grill is probably number one, like impact wise. And then I'm gonna go. Well, I actually like Jeezy's album more than his Gangsta Grill. But his Gangsta Grill was super hard. Gucci Mane's Gangsta Grill is my favorite one, but I think the biggest impact was Jeezy's Gangsta Grill. So you got Jeezy, you got Gucci, and T.I.
That motherfucker's wearing those snow shirts.
Yeah, that shit came. That shit was a
whole
brand building. Facts. They was kicking niggas out of school for that shit.
Niggas out of school because you had a snowman shirt.
More niggas got kicked out of school for wearing the snowman shit or for doing the DX.
The snowman shit. Once teachers found out what it was for, it was like, allow that. They kicked you right out of school for that shit.
They definitely was not playing with that shit. I get it though. They said Trick Daddy may have been bigger than Jay-Z.
Absolutely not.
Trick Daddy definitely had like
he had Florida on lock though.
Well, he had the South. Like so, this is the
Florida,
thing.
Not the South.
No, Trick had big ass hits. Matter of fact, he had big countrywide hits.
Florida.
His songs were big.
Yes, but nobody. I didn't know. Nobody was played that. Put the Trick Daddy in my Serato.
So that's what I was about to say. So Trick Daddy's albums, and I don't even know if he ever did mixtapes. Trick Daddy doesn't have a classic album that everybody down south listens to.
All his best songs have Trina on them.
So you're from New York. I'm pretty sure you used to
watch
all the songs. You used to watch when I was in Park all the time, right?
Who was in the videos?
I mean, it wasn't all of them because she wasn't on Thug Holiday. She wasn't on.
We weren't here Thug Holiday. We was here.
No, I mean that was on the countdown for sure. What else did he have? Something Cry. I'm trying to think of all the songs that was hit. Was she gonna take us to the house? Take us to the house is big as fuck.
Yes.
But he was writing her shit too, so I mean we ain't really giving her credit for him having song.
But it tapped into a different fan base. But,
he knew they was a dangerous twosome. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't put out no slouch.
Yeah, that was original Wade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had
to go back through some of the
I don't think Trick Daddy was one of those people where everybody was like, yo, top 5, but I think they was like, oh, I fuck with Trick.
Yeah, Trick was
he had definitely had hits.
Yeah, he had a shitload of hits.
Master P had a run. He had a small run. It was like a real.
He ran like 96, down here. He ran fucking 96. Yeah.
That's the only reason why we know who Silk the Shocker is.
Yeah. Also, she wasn't on sugar. She wasn't on sugar. I need that sugar on my tongue.
You know why? Because she was in the video. She just wasn't. She didn't say shit.
Right there. Let's go. What's that? I don't want to play it out here. Take It to the House.
I can see. No. Well, actually, no. Master P did have a run because of the way his videos. His videos. He had that Busta Rhymes effect. Like when you watch a Busta Rhymes video back in the day, you were like, "What the fuck is this nigga?"
His videos
was mad catchy.
No, they was.
That's what kept him. That's what really kept him alive. He'll tell you that. He said the reason why a lot of people fuck with me was my videos. They be like, "You that crazy nigga?" Yeah.
He definitely put thought into his shit. Like he was making movies and all type of shit. So he was doing his thing, man. Shout out to P for doing his thing, man. Shout out to Trick. Trick had anthems. Like I say that. Like a lot of people don't get anthems.
You play at college homecomings and shit.
Yeah, man. But speaking of niggas writing for chicks, Blueface. Blueface. Yo, we gonna give Blueface his goddamn flowers today, goddamn. If we don't do nothing else today, that nigga is getting his flowers. Hey man, y'all tell that light skinned Crip nigga come down to the front of the congregation because he is going ape shit. I had no fucking idea. No idea that song, hello motherfucker. I be hearing that shit everywhere. That shit is in my dreams. When I'm walking to my car, when I'm talking to my son, when I'm cutting hair, when I'm doing the podcast, that song is always in the back of my mind. I had no idea until I saw a clip of him and his baby mama or his fiance walking out on stage to a sold out crowd where people was losing their shit and she's performing. And you know what I am going to say? Jay-Z told Dame Dash a very famous quote back when Rockefeller broke up. He said, These niggas said they made Jay-Z. Well, make another. Well, a lot of women have been saying, nigga, you said you made Krishan. Make another one. Well, goddamn it, he did. God damn it, he made another Krishan. And then on top of that, this song is bigger than any song Krishan got. Like, this motherfucker is everywhere.
But here's the caveat.
Shit.
He's getting paid for all of them. Every time Krishan performs, he's getting paid.
Nigga is a fucking genius.
Mind you, she made a whole diss record on his label that every time it's played, he gets paid. The man is a savant.
Oh my god.
The man is the pettiest nigga I've ever met.
I heard he signed the nigga that she did the diss song with, that Krishan did this song with. Like,
yes.
What the fuck? Hey yo, this man here don't fucking miss, man. He don't miss. But and I like when he be talking this shit. This nigga be making a lot of goddamn sense. The only part of his life I don't understand is the shit that goes on with him and his mom. But that's, outside of that, this nigga makes a lot of sense. And this nigga don't take L's.
No.
Blueface don't lose, y'all. So, like, if you want to be on the right side of history, vote blue. Look, man. Yo, this nigga is...
Blue is crazy.
Yo, this nigga is... Yo,
genius.
Yeah, he's a fucking genius, bro. Because...
I said this from Joe. I said it many shows ago. I said this man Blueface is a fucking genius because when she's performing that shit, you have motherfuckers sitting there saying, "Damn, you getting this," and he's sitting there like, "I don't care." Why he don't care? Let's get paid.
He's paid, hey man. Do you, bitch? That's how you go. He gonna
imagine writing this song for your label owner, right? And then
right.
he has to give you the check for the residuals.
Right. That's crazy. You dissing this nigga. You talking all crazy about the nigga that put you in the spotlight. Speaking of bitches talking crazy about niggas that put them in the spotlight, one of Michael B. Jordan's exes just did a TV show where she was being interviewed and they asked her, was sex with Michael B. Jordan good? She was actually she was taking a lie detector test at the same time. And she said no, and it said that she was telling the truth. Yeah.
Listen, Michael's taking a lot of help. I'm having to put on my cape for the guy, Michael, bro, because I can't. He's an unproblematic guy.
He's a legend that does nothing wrong to anybody.
Why? I just hate the way he acts. Like,
because he ain't petty enough.
Yeah, he needs to start. Listen.
He just take this shit on the chin. Like he played a boxer so long that he's actually still in character. Because I would have been like, fuck these bitches. I'm gonna release the sex tape of this bitch coming 12 times back to back, and fuck it. Like because this isn't.
That's a crime.
Hey, this is right. But that's why you let somebody else release it. But hey man, my phone was hacked. You know what I'm saying? Like I just took it there so she could watch the screen.
My Twitter was hacked. I got my control of it back.
That's what Blueface be doing. Genius.
Stephen A. did.
Hey man, Stephen A. Whoa. What happened?
You never heard Stephen A. when he asked a question? I forgot what it was when he asked. Oh man, and then he said my shit was hacked. Yeah, I forgot what it was. Steve Harvey did it too, though. Like, who's a funny comedian? And then he said my Twitter was hacked.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it was something that was funny,
did that.
If it was funny and it was on Steve Harvey page, I'm pretty sure it was.
Offset did that.
Offset?
When this shit was hacked. Allegedly.
Oh yeah, it said that Cardi B cheated on him and shit. Then all of a sudden that shit just went away. Like that's a scandal that went away quicker than the Cassie lawsuit. Like what the fuck? But man, what was we talking about?
Michael B. Jordan, man.
Michael B. Jordan
catching unnecessary strays.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit, bro. Because if he had did the exact same shit to her, this like you would have never heard the interview.
Shame.
Yeah, like a man. Shame. We understand that. I don't know. I already know that it's not equality when it comes to men and women. We both got shit that goes in our favor. My thing is like y'all keep on saying y'all want equality, but then like when shit like this happens, I don't see the outrage. Why aren't more women like online like this is fucked up? Like don't sexualize them, don't reduce them to that. And then too, maybe he didn't fuck her right because you know what? Maybe he didn't want the bitch like that. Maybe he just was trying to get his off. You know what I'm saying? That happens to people. Like, sometimes you don't want to fuck this bitch the right way because you don't have to. I'm Michael B. Jordan. Fuck you. I'm trying to get mine. So, like...
And
that's
you never want to...
I don't do that because, I know I don't want my reputation.
You never want to give every girl the same amount of effort into that. Okay? There's some girls where you just kind of throw it out there. Like, you give her some odd nigga here type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can't
Have
really.
you ate out every chick you ever fucked? Like,
Sick.
that's crazy. That is crazy.
Sometimes you gotta give her some. Oh my god, like here, just take it type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, it's like whatever.
Right.
Everybody got a chick where they can be like, who's my best work?
Yeah, man. Some chicks they deserve a spit start. That's how we gonna get this shit in.
Sometimes you gotta spit on their back and let them know you can't.
And let it roll down to the crack.
Say, woo, man, you sure did that. Sure killed it there. Appreciate you, man.
Ah! And then nigga sound like Vegeta from the back. Ah! Ah!
Yeah. But don't let her get too cocky. Talking about her shit make put you to sleep. No, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm tired of you.
I was gonna go to sleep with or without this shit.
Right.
What are we talking?
It's just prolonged.
Oh man, nah. Hey. Speaking of despicable bitches, Jada Pinkett said that she left August out. Jada Pinkett was asked why August Alsina's name wasn't in her book. You want to hear what she said, ladies and gentlemen? She said that she left August's name out of the book because he's been through enough. So that let me know two. That let me know two things.
Still fucking him.
No. This just exposed her for being evil, diabolical,
I like to use that word.
heathen. This motherfucker.
She's a harlot.
So if you left August Alsina's name out of your book because you didn't want you think he's been through enough, that means that you are also acknowledging that talking about somebody puts them through unnecessary trauma, right? And turmoil that they don't have to be in. But you keep on talking about your husband and telling us how it's just your truth. And so it has no bearing on him. How can you understand that it is not good for August, but then you keep doing the same shit with your own husband?
And delusion sometimes is people's peace.
So you're saying that Will ain't been through it?
Will has been through enough, but she.
Well, according to her, I'm just saying.
She don't see it like that.
Yeah, through what she said, he's been through enough. People were telling us that talking about this shit ain't bad. She just speaking on her truth. She literally just out of her own mouth just told us that speaking on shit is traumatic.
Delusion.
Yeah, so
delusion.
I don't want to hear that shit again, man. I want to hear that shit again, man. Like,
yeah,
I heard about it through something. Oh man, she's terrible, man. She is a terrible person, man. For real. You heard about Angel Reese like not being at the games for LSU? Angel Reese, LSU starting power forward or small forward,
power forward
championship LSU Tigers.
Allegedly, her grades stink.
That's what I saw too. They said it's a GPA.
Yeah, her GPA stinks. They kicked her off the team for it. First of all, I mean, just get a tutor or something. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I didn't even know they were playing. I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't know women's basketball was playing. Shout out to y'all.
I knew they was playing because they had lost the game like 2 weeks ago, and everybody was like, "How the fuck did they lose to this team?" Like I think they lost to like an unranked team or some shit.
Yeah,
they won a championship.
But I mean, it goes down to two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she, and this is like allegedly, this is her kind of basking in the spotlight too much. I think like I said, the thing with attention is that it's deadly, and I think what happens is that she sees the attention, and now everybody's kind of propping her up and putting her on this pedestal, like, oh, you're up next, not realizing that she still has to prove herself. Like she's not even the number one ranked power forward. I think she was like number 9 or 10.
God,
so you're not even that high on the list of people. I mean, you're Floje, I think her name is, the one that raps.
It's on her own team.
Yeah, she's way better.
They say their moms were beefing online. That's Twitter and
I can see that too.
And Instagram. See everything. Yeah, so they was like during this time or whatever. I guess the both moms had said something, and people were trying to make it seem like they were talking about each other.
Yeah, this goes back to attention. So I think one's handling it well, handling the spotlight well, and another one is not handling it well.
Yeah,
like you're doing the interviews, you're seeing the spotlight. Everybody's kind of looking at you like, why are you the star? You're not even a top ranked player. So I think at this point, this is a humbling moment for her. So hopefully she recovers and she gets back to playing beautiful basketball.
Yeah, man. Hopefully so, man. Because I'm still pulling for her. Like, man, at the end of the day, I get it. Like, she going to the league, and at $30,000 a year, it's going to really put her in a position that most people from the projects have never been in before. But maybe the NIL deal is going to be worth more than her WNBA contract. So maybe school wouldn't be such a bad thing, or she could just be like a model for Fashion Nova for the next 10 years, and she'll actually make more money per month with Fashion Nova than the WNBA. So maybe this is all a good thing. She could just
WNBA players do not make $50,000 a year.
They make like 50, right? That's like it's like
no, they're like 70.
70?
Yeah.
Damn.
70.
That's crazy.
Oh, shout out to Liz Cambridge. She started her OnlyFans.
That's the big light skinned chick?
It's an Australian chick. Shout out to
the one that was with Master P or some shit, right? Like he was like helping her shoot around or some shit. Like yeah, like Kobe. Oh yeah, I remember her. Oh shit, she got only. But what's she on there doing? Wearing shoes and shit, like showing her toes. That's what these motherfuckers.
No
doing,
sir,
right?
no sir.
I mean, she actually getting down.
Oh yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey,
Shouts to you.
Hey man, y'all know where I'm at tonight. Ready? I'm on the way, baby.
I'm on the way. Save my spot.
Hey man, shit, I ain't paying for that shit.
We're not paying for your OnlyFans.
Not. What the fuck? Like, yo, it's not that serious. But hey man, hey, back to this Diddy shit. So, back to this Diddy shit. Yo, Bill Cosby just got sued again by a chick who said he raped her in 400 BC. Like, this is crazy because it's like, how do you? So this is a lot. I want to talk about a lot right now because, first of all, Slim Thug came out and said how there should be a statute of limitation on this shit, right?
You can't use Slim Thug as an example because Slim Thug has a baby with his cousin.
Yeah, that's breaking news here. You didn't know? Wait, what? No, I had no idea. Yeah, he didn't know it was his cousin though.
He apparently it's his second cousin, allegedly.
And he didn't know.
Allegedly, he didn't know. But...
Okay, well, if you don't know, you don't know. But like, that's kind of wild,
But he knew during.
Wait, what?
Yes, he got pregnant, and then when everything started lining up.
Oh, she was already pregnant. Okay, yeah, okay. It's like the Kevin Gates situation, without but he didn't keep on fucking her, right? Well, I mean, I guess it already happened at that point. You stop it. Are you gonna stop fucking your cousin after you find out it's your cousin? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, if you didn't know, and it's your second, third cousin, not even your first cousin. Not second is close to. What if it's your fourth cousin and you just found out? It gotta be a such thing as a fourth cousin.
What would be how do you even?
I don't even know how to. What describes a third cousin? But
a third cousin is like a third cousin is. I think it's like
your second cousin's baby.
So it's like. Oh, let me look. It's hard to explain. I think it's like by marriage.
What? Yeah, no,
it gotta be.
Hold up, man. We just took a complete turn.
A third cousin is the child of your parent's second cousin.
A fourth cousin.
So your second cousin is the child of your parents' first cousin. Oh, it's the next generation. Oh, yeah, that's sick.
That's what I was saying. So four cousins are both descended
so it's the child
from the same number of generations.
Right. It's the child of the third cousin. So that's the fourth cousin. So it's the next generation.
So my cousin's child is my second cousin.
Correct.
So then if my cousin's child had a child, that would be my third cousin.
Correct.
And so if my cousin's child's child had a something like
it just adds on.
So okay.
So
that could happen depending on if your parents, how some of these people be having kids at 60 and shit. So Robert De Niro, for example. Yeah. Robert De Niro's kid is gonna grow up with fourth and fifth cousins. He's somebody's fifth cousin. He just had a baby last week, and this nigga's 82. This shit is fucking crazy. So yes, damn, that's crazy.
I didn't even know that. That's good to know.
Yeah, he's got put on child support. He paying $30,000 a month.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, this shit just.
He got it.
Yeah, he got it.
Respectable.
He don't give a fuck.
Shout out to Rob.
He's shooting the club up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, so now that we know what
Hold on, what the fuck is we talking
I
about?
don't know.
So Slim Thug was saying that you should have statute of limitations on rape.
There is statute of limitations.
Or just like claiming that she was abused, stuff like that, right? So
there is. These are all civil lawsuits.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't think none of these
on the civil side.
Well, he's talking about on civil side.
No, there is statutes. I think in most states it's 10 years. I think it's 10 years, or let's see, it's 5 to 10 years. I don't know.
Well, Bill Cosby keep on racking these shit up.
Civil lawsuits.
Yeah, but he's saying that. So Slim Thug said some things that I don't agree with at all. He said that why are you going after these people money if they hit you or they raped you? You should be trying to get them in jail. First of all, you should do both. Like if you hit somebody, nigga, if you knew you was rich when you was attacking this person that didn't touch you, nigga, pay that bread. Goddamn it, you do financially owe them some money. But people don't realize you can do both, though. You can take them to jail. You can take them to court for touching, and then you can sue them afterwards, and you can sue the estate. They'll be locked up. It'll be much easier to get your bread while they're locked up. So that wasn't a good point from Slim Thug. Two, he came back and he was like, well, I just feel like they should have came out and said something. And to a degree, like with the Bill Cosby shit and some of the Diddy shit at the same time, I do believe that there should be some sort of statute of limitations, just because how do I defend myself up against some shit that allegedly happened in 2006? First of all, I don't even remember back that far, but I don't have the proof that I didn't do anything. Because let's say she texts me back then. Let's say a chick say I attacked her in 2007. In 2008, she comes out and sues me. Well, I still have the same phone, and I remember you text me and said you were happy with our relationship because I'm the only man that you ever were with that never touched you. Boom, I got proof right here. You text me this after our relationship. Now
there needs to be guidelines more so than statute of limitations. I think because what you guys are kind of leaning on and teetering on is a very dangerous slippery slope that can just become something nastier by saying, oh, we need to silence in a, like not you're not saying it directly, but you're kind of like dancing around the thing. You got to silence people, which is not what you want to do.
Not silence. We just saying like
you mean
you put a person in a position where they might not be able to defend themselves against a lie.
On you, and you don't have the evidence for this. Like it was 10, 15
years. It was so long ago.
But this is why there is statute to protect them criminally, right? Where, like, for instance, if you don't have any new evidence, you can't reopen the case. So if you already took it there and it's like, okay, like let's say you opened the case and there wasn't enough evidence and they closed the case.
Yeah, but it's harder to
new evidence. They can reopen the case.
But that's harder to get somebody. But it's harder to get somebody convicted in a criminal case than it is in a civil case. That's why they be going after them civilly
because it's
anyway.
Easier to do it civilly because it's like, okay,
the burden of proof ain't as high,
right? And all you really have to do to like the end of it is just give them money. Like you sue him for 30. Listen, people sue for crazy amounts.
What you think he gave him?
No more than 15. No more.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably gave him 12.
Yeah, I don't see it going over 15. If he gave her more than 15, that means there's a lot of stuff that she knows, and he didn't want nobody else to know.
What you think about this? Him paying male prostitutes to fuck her in front of him, and why he jacked off.
So it's like the same thing with the Will Smith and the Dwayne Martin rumor, right? We've been hearing for years that Diddy is a creep, right? Like a lot of people called him the Black Jeffrey Epstein, which is a nasty comparison. They said they'd rather be in a room with R. Kelly than Diddy. So I think, what I'm saying, and over the last 48 hours, there's been like multiple clips of everybody saying, stay away from that man. That man is a dangerous man.
I probably would rather be in a room. I'd rather be trapped in a room with R. Kelly than Diddy too, because at least they say, man, R. Kelly a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Diddy can fight for real from all accounts. I heard he beat niggas with kettlebells and shit.
Jermaine Cole was in a fight with Diddy, ain't touched a car ever since. So it's the fucking truth.
Yeah, so like with R. Kelly, this nigga was on tour and with Jay-Z and was so terrified of this nigga that he left his own tour and left all the money that came from that tour. So like it's like precedent that has been set that says like you could fuck R. Kelly up, but whereas Diddy doesn't give a fuck. Like, he attacked somebody with a kettlebell. Like, I had to actually Google back then what the fuck a kettlebell was. I didn't even know what it was. I had no idea. It's the one with the handle and shit. But that shit is like, he hit somebody with that shit and wasn't scared that he was gonna kill him. Like, that's crazy. Like, the fact that the person didn't die, maybe he is
for a balcony.
I heard about that.
Who else somebody fucking car?
This nigga's the Joker.
Till this day, Kid Cudi don't even talk about it.
What's the Joker's real name?
I don't know. It gotta be something weird like Bartholomew. Something stupid.
Sean. Sean Combs is that nigga.
See something dumb. Why?
Yeah, it's crazy because I know like a lot of the
Jack Napier.
Jack Napier.
Mm-hmm. That's a
I heard that name before. That's crazy though. That Jack.
Yeah. It's apparently it's not his official real name, but that's the name that's floating around for most of the Joker's timeline. Yeah. Jack Napier.
Okay. No.
That's a nasty name.
Yeah. That sounds like somebody we know for real.
Right, like somebody he just turned crazy.
Jack, man.
Motherfucker Jack acting wild again. Fuck.
Like, you hear about this shit with Boosie suing Rod Wave for sampling him and not giving proper credit?
As you should.
Yeah, it's a lot of that going on nowadays. I guess these young niggas don't give a fuck. They just
hear it. They think, I'm just paying homage. Nah, nigga, pay money too.
Yeah, man. Hey man, don't stop right there. There's more.
There's more to do. You missed a step.
Remember that Sean Wayne shit? But wait, there's more. Yeah, get that nigga his bread, man. The fuck? Shit. You be giving McDonald's their bread, give that nigga his bread. The fuck? It's crazy. Big ass.
I don't know what listen, I hate to be a Rod Wave hater, but I don't understand why y'all fuck with Rod. Rod Wave is just a man singing because he's hungry.
I don't like that.
Like
finally, I cannot stand this nigga because his music is literally suicide music. He is promoting suicide to the kid.
And be a young boy and Rod Wave. Two niggas that you need to check on them. Like, you need to call them
at all times.
Shit.
I'm not cool with that, bro, man. Like this is I don't like what he is promoting to the people.
If your girl's playing Rod Wave when you walk in the house, turn right back around. Right the fuck back.
Speaking of your girl playing, Meg Thee Stallion dropped a song where she was dissing Partisan Fontaine, her ex-boyfriend that was with her as she went.
And he dropped the most polite diss record I've ever heard in my life.
If you read just the comments, sometimes without actually listening to the shit yourself, you might get wrapped up in the bullshit of the comment section. But then you gotta realize you're in the shade room. I need to listen to this myself. I listened to that shit because the niggas were saying, I like what he said, but it sounded terrible. I listened to that shit today. I left myself a little bookmark and I went back and listened to it. I said, yo, this nigga spitting on this shit. What the fuck?
I'm telling you.
This shit hard. I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers saying.
He was spitting.
Yeah, he went crazy. And
man said he was embarrassed, bro. Like the man
you got me beefing with all these niggas you was fucking. Like
had you shaking niggas' hands who you was fucking. Nigga, that's sick shit. Ooh, sick shit. You know what's crazy? You know how mad you gotta be to write a diss song?
Yeah. So somebody who's in love.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta be fucking like pissed.
And he only went there because it was like he had to because you dissed him and he's like, yo, I didn't shut the fuck up. I was out the way and you want to throw me under the bus?
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, he said, God, what did he say? Let's look at this. He said, God, I treated you like a queen. Whole time, I'm a clown in your circus. I tried to pull you up out that mud. Here you are trying to drown me on purpose. You know the devil was a serpent. For some streams and views, girl, I hope it is worth it. This ain't for Megan Thee Stallion. This is for Megan. Person. Don DeMarco. Bang, bang.
This is worse. This is worse than homie talking about Remy Ma, bro. Like this is worse than that.
This is an actual account of shit he knows for a fact.
You know what's nuts about the whole thing? You know who's been real quiet about it? Make it stop.
Oh yeah, but what are you gonna say?
Not a word.
So I would have liked. So I'm off. So
not
people,
a sneak diss, not a post, nothing.
Bro, I can speak on this shit because I was on Meg's side during the trial. I'm still on Meg's side about the shit Tory did. Fuck that nigga. He did some fucked up shit. But people who are right in certain instances can be wrong in other instances. This man stayed with you, held you down during this shit. He found out so much shit during this trial that was fucked up. and he never spoke out and said anything wrong. Like when y'all fell out and he wasn't with you anymore, he never said anything. He didn't run to the media. He didn't run to his Instagram. He didn't run to his Twitter like all these dudes be doing nowadays. He kept that shit under wraps. You sneak this man.
Academics was asking.
Yeah, and they tried. And he handled this shit like a G. And you sneak this man. This man heard that. He had every right to come back and say what he said. He had every right to defend his name against the person who was throwing him under the bus. And I'm on his side with this shit completely. If you say some shit about me in a song, I'm gonna say some shit about you on the song. If you say some shit about me on Instagram, I'm gonna say some shit about you on Instagram. I would say that.
The women in the comments, boy, how y'all turn on the motherfucker, boy. Like,
man, y'all love this nigga a year and a half ago.
Oh, y'all turn on the motherfucker. Y'all called him a real man, and listen, living proof. When a woman calls you a real man, you doing some gay shit. You doing some sucker shit.
Well, I mean, it's just like a lot of times though, because a lot of men nowadays, I don't know, a lot of these niggas nowadays just be dick eating, honestly. So it's like, when they see a man that's willing to go against the machine, they will call you a real man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you going against. You don't see too many women doing it. The women that do actually speak out against women, they go crazy. They got a whole platform. You know what's kind of fucked up about this shit though? That I found out the other day. So it's like certain people that get famous for certain things, they can't sell shit. Like a woman who's online and being naked or whatever, she'll have 300,000 followers, but all of her followers are men. So when she's trying to sell this bikini from Fashion Nova or from, nobody's buying that shit. So it's like a lot of people are going through shit where they're trying to find their lane because their audience is not who they can actually make actual sales to.
People be broke. A lot of them do. Most of them do. 90% of them be broke.
Well, you need to be famous before you do OnlyFans. You need to have a big following before you do OnlyFans. And then the crazy part is, after we see your porn one time, we don't really need to see that shit again. Like after we see you fuck up
for yourself, unless you're Miss B Nasty. Shout out to Miss B Nasty.
Wow. Nasty. Seeing Shannon Sharp had this little back and forth.
It wasn't even a back and forth. He said, "I need me a sinner."
That was crazy.
He said, "I need me a sinner."
But no, I mean, I don't. If let's say I was to buy the OnlyFans of like, cause like I say the reason I would get an OnlyFans page, like I would pay for somebody's OnlyFans page. If it's a chick I went to school with, it's somebody I know personally. I'm like, that I ain't never seen, and I was like, shit, I want to see what they doing on there. That shit would actually prompt me to go buy it. But I'm not finna keep paying for this shit every month after I already seen you get down a couple times. Like, this shit is already done. I already screen recorded this shit. It's
I already stole the content. I'm good.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
I give you a little $3.99. You got me once. Shame on me.
Man, I ain't even tripping. You got $9 off me once. I got to see you naked, and I got this forever. We good. I don't really need to see this shit over and over every month. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying?
The level of panhandling women do and then call niggas broke is insane. Yo,
puss handling.
Poor pussy management. Mismanaging your coochie, bro.
Nah, real shit. It's different out here right now.
Panhandling crazy, bro.
Hell yeah. I'm about to do some bad podcasting to eat me a Nutri-Grain bar. This episode is brought to you by Nutri-Grain. It's coming one day. But nah, it's that's crazy though. Like, have you ever bought an OnlyFans? You ever paid for OnlyFans?
Once. Only because I knew the person. I was like, oh, let me see real quick. And I just reported it. I disputed it. I said, this is trash, and I disputed this shit. You're not getting $1 off of me.
Yo,
fucked up.
I had a client started cutting her son's hair. She had an OnlyFans page. I seen her pop, like, so on her page, you could see her like on her knees, but you couldn't see what she was doing. So she was like, OnlyFans, link in the bio. I click on that shit. I think her OnlyFans was like $10 or something. I pay for that shit. Get to her page. It's literally the exact same video from Instagram. I was like, I commented, I was like, bitch, this. I was like, you didn't got over on a nigga. I was like, keep that 10. You won't get it again. Next thing you know, I can't make this shit up. I got a refund instantly, like 2 minutes later. So I guess she wanted to delete whatever I wrote. I don't know if that was a stipulation. You gotta give a refund or something. But I got a refund instantly. And she never knew it was me because it ain't under my name.
Not you ghost following motherfuckers.
Like, you already know. Who the fuck put their real name on OnlyFans?
That's a fact.
You gotta be the most confident nigga in the world.
To know your horny levels is wild like that.
Yeah. Everybody know I'm horny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, put my name on there. Nah, I ain't doing that shit.
Eric, that's you on the OnlyFans?
Yep. I'll be on there again tonight.
Look forward.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. Hey, man, should we go? Oh, yeah. Let's see what's been going on in the NFL, man. Shit. People been fucking with our breakdowns of sports and shit, you know.
Of course.
Gotta keep this going.
Listen, the Giants got a new quarterback, Mr. Gabagoo. All right.
Who the
Was it Da Vinci, DeVito? I don't know. It's something Italian. I just know he lived with his mom's. Listen, shout out to him. Giants.
Sick Gabagoo. What the?
Yeah, Mr. Gabagoo, man. That's the thing.
Racist.
Remember Johnny Manziel had the money? That's what he got now. That's Italian's favorite move. The Gabagoo.
The Gabagoo. What the fuck? Where he come from? Where
He's a third string quarterback because Tyrod Taylor's injured, Danny Dimes is gone.
What you mean he gone?
I mean, he's injured too, but okay. he needs to be gone. But yeah, listen.
Did he sign the extension before the season?
Sure, fuck did. Guaranteed money too.
He did?
Yeah, shit. I think it was 60 million guaranteed.
And for how long?
4 years.
Oh, well,
too long. Listen, he won't see the end of that contract.
Well, I mean, NFL contracts aren't guaranteed. They can get rid of this nigga.
At this point, the Giants just need to eat that 60 million and then just release his ass. But yeah. So shout out to him. He's been on a tear as of. I think he only has like almost 1,000 yards passing, and he has like 8 touchdowns, more than Zach Wilson. More than Zach Wilson.
The Giants quarterback already has more touchdowns than Zach Wilson.
Yes. Also, speaking of the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, who's a fucking cyborg apparently because of the fact that this motherfucker will be practicing with the team December 2nd after he fucking tore his Achilles, okay? Nobody knows how that fucking shit happened, but apparently it only took him, what? When did he injure? 3 months ago?
3.5 weeks. Goddamn.
Yeah, it was like 3 months ago or something like that. I don't know, but
he's not gonna play though. This is just him standing out there throwing the ball.
They said this is the fastest recovery they have ever seen from somebody with a torn Achilles at his advanced age. I think he's 38 or 39 or something like that. So I'm like, I think the surgery he got is apparently a new type of surgery, revolutionary type shit.
He probably went to Diddy, and Diddy got stem cells from Cassie back in 2008. And he kept in his freezer, and then they used that to.
All right.
That was part of that undisclosed shit that they ain't want y'all to know about.
That makes sense.
Keep that shit.
That makes sense. Also, Odell Beckham, man, first 100-yard game since the Super Bowl. Shout out to him.
Since the Super Bowl.
That's his first 100-yard game.
Which Super Bowl? I do not remember this nigga playing
exactly
in a long ass time.
Exactly, that's how long it's been.
It wasn't last year, right? It was the
year before last year. He hasn't had a 100-yard game that long.
But he just came back though too, right? Because he wasn't playing at the beginning of the season. He was playing. He missed the beginning of the season.
He was 2 games.
2 games.
We're in week 11. Week 11.
Hey man, shout out to OBJ, bro. I'm with that. I like that. I'm happy that my guy is back doing his thing. You.
Oh, speaking of who's back doing their thing, motherfucking Drake. Scary Hours 3. Fuck out of here. Listen, this is the Drake that we needed to hear. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
If he would have dropped this before for the Dogs, I would have tolerated for the Dogs a lot sooner than I'm tolerating now.
Yeah.
Because that album, he's talking what we wanted to hear on For the Dogs. I think he listened to us. One thing about Drake, he reads the comments. He reads the comments. So he listened to us. He said, you know what? Yeah, niggas is talking shit. Here's a new album for you, man. He dissing motherfuckers. He's talking about everybody. He's getting his shit off. He got that track with J. Cole. That track, I would have to say, is probably 9 out of 10 right now. You gotta listen to the couple to catch all the metaphors. They're going back and forth, reminiscent of Jada and Styles P. It's a real good track. It's less radio, I guess more less mainstream, more so than I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Less mainstream than first person shooter. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hell yeah.
Because it's just a lot of back and forth. So there's no hook, no bridge, just two niggas rapping. So
damn, I might make that the I got a song with my brother where we going back and forth. My little brother, where we going back and forth, like no chorus in between or whatever. Might go ahead.
Yeah, them no chorus songs. Those be the songs that you listen to over and over.
Yeah, that should be fun, man. Like just bouncing off each other. Like what you said last. I rhyme off of that, then you rhyme off of what I said last. That shit hard.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with that. Yeah, I got to listen to it. I haven't heard the song with J. Cole. I started listening to the Scary Hour. He just fucked me up with that name because I thought it was just a whole new EP. I didn't realize all he was saying is this is the deluxe. This is the deluxe, people. Like, nigga, say that. The fuck? Like, Scary Hours 3. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm thinking it was like a continuation of another.
I don't know, but when Drake decides to stop rapping, I think he's going to be one of the last of the Mohicans when it comes to like consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even think there's another rapper who has that level of longevity and consistency,
right?
Besides Cole.
Yeah.
Because I want to say Kendrick, but he hit or miss. It's more of a crapshoot. You
talking about with his projects?
Yeah, you bias with him.
So
you're not gonna sit there and say
Yeah, I'm not a Kendrick fan.
Yeah, I don't think if Drake retired tomorrow, right? I don't even think there's anybody who can step into Drake's place besides Future and possibly
Blueface Baby Mom. Motherfucker.
No, let's see. I was gonna say Sauce Walker, but
I fuck with Sauce. Sauce hard.
Sauce doesn't have the mainstream.
It's not his fault though. No, it's really not his fault though. I think Sauce could be super huge. Some of it is his fault because he got into it with every big fucking wig in the game. He was into it with Young Thug, Uzi, Yachty, Drake, all at the same fucking time.
That's everybody.
Yeah, that was niggas who was running.
That's your elites.
So he was into it with all of these niggas. Plus, you only see him with white women. Black women not feeling that shit at all. Mind you, the white women you see him with, he pimping all of them. So why would you even want to be in that position to be pimped? He's actually this nigga. He's actually acting.
Who was replace Drake? I don't even think.
If Drake retired tomorrow, who would be the de facto number one rapper? It'd be J. Cole.
J. Cole said he's done. I don't think J. Cole. I think J. Cole just raps for fun now.
Now I'm just saying, like everybody would look at it. Like,
look at it.
Like he would be the big bro in the industry right now.
I guess
because he been doing he been on his freestyle on his feature shit.
Yeah, because he said he's not making no feature album like that, so he just drops on everybody's album.
There you go. So I think by virtue of him like getting out more, he doing interviews with Yachty and shit. He doing features with 21. He doing songs with Dirk. Like he all over the place right now. So
Wayne dropped something real fast.
I won't be listening to that.
Damn. Oh yeah, because he said Wayne like the whites. He said Wayne like the white people.
Now, he is a big ass coon, but like his voice just sounds crazy now. Like he been smoking too many Marlboro.
Holy shit! Speaking of smoking, my man Snoop Dogg is going the fuck through it. Nigga said he said he quit smoking. Going through it.
He is synonymous with weed.
When Snoop Dogg quit smoking, it was one of two reasons: either this nigga health is deteriorating at a fast rate, or he found out something in the weed and he say he can't fuck with it.
Yeah, this is crazy. But did you see all the bandwagon ass people jumping?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop smoking too. So we didn't
Meek Mill said he gonna smoke. Yeah, like
we didn't even know you smoke, bro.
Yeah, like get the fuck out.
There's three people that you need to be very concerned if they stop smoking. It's Snoop, Lil Duval, and Wiz. If they all stop smoking, you gotta stop smoking too.
Yeah, Wiz ass ain't stopping.
Something is in that shit. Yeah, did you see that big ass motherfucking chest of weed he had?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Wiz is such a weed advocate. Like I don't even think
He
Snoop did Snoop get into the weed game? Like, did he ever own the strand?
He did. He did. What was it?
It was a weed company.
He did. I think he said, what was it? Was Moon? No, it was some Snoop. It was some shit called Dog Pound or something like that, where he was affiliated with one of them and stuff like that. But yeah, this nigga Wiz said he smoked 10 times a day. You know how insane that sounds?
So you a junkie.
That's what that shit sound like. 10 times a day is fucking nuts.
That's crazy. Like, I didn't smoke before. I was like, I don't see the hype. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I really don't. Like,
at this point, he just smoked to survive. Like, his fucking blood is THC.
His heroin in that shit. That nigga can't stop. It's like this nigga.
He got that Fenty in that bitch.
He's not trying to go through the withdrawals, goddamn it.
Nah, Snoop's posting his struggles, bro. I'm talking about this man going through. He not smiling. He just mad. He don't even talking. He just mad as fuck.
Damn.
I was like, damn, son.
Yeah, this is some bullshit. That's what I tell you.
I'll tell you, something really going on with that boy if he stop. But once Lil Duval and Wiz stop,
something is up.
Yeah,
man.
everybody got to stop.
It's been some of the most boring NFL games this weekend. You had goddamn Ravens and Bengals. Joe Burrow was out.
Yeah, everybody who was supposed to win.
Yeah, the Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. Dolphins beat the Raiders 20-13. Lions beat the Bears 31-26. That was to be expected. Damn, we got beat by a dub. Jaguars beat the Titans 34-14. Packers beat the Chargers 23-20. Chargers, bro, the Chargers is just one team that has everything it takes to win, and they just won't do it.
No, their defense sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them to go. Blake Bortles, it's just time to go ahead and trade. Cause
first of all, his name is Justin Herbert.
I said Blake Bortles. What the fuck?
Oh, Blake. Who cares about Blake Bortles?
I ain't heard that name in so long, and I just Justin Herbert he has all of the
offense is
necessary attributes to be a great quarterback.
It's the defense. The defense sucks.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen so many times where it came down to the ball in Justin Herbert's hands, and he delivered. Up until it's the last drive of the game, and then they don't. It's a turnover.
The defense puts them back in the game. You get what I'm saying? Like
they'll
put the game away, and then the defense will give it right back to them. The defense will say, "Oh no, we can't. All they got is Khalil Mack."
They got one of the best defensive players. Yeah, they got Bosa and Khalil Mack.
That's it.
That is amazing.
That's all they got. Their offense elite, right?
Their cornerbacks aren't bad.
Their wide receiver core is elite.
Hey man, y'all gotta get some dubs. What the fuck? You can't have two superstars on defense and then say defense up. Khalil Mack was over there when he played for the Bears. This nigga was like a wide receiver on defense. Like he was scoring touchdowns at a crazy clip. And now
listen, I mean, it just goes down to the defense. The defense is terrible. They lose them. They lose them many games. I think that's the problem. So now Justin has to overperform to kind of get them back in the game or kind of put them over the top. Because I think in games that they won, he had to throw like 4 to 5 touchdowns to even get them in some type of rhythm. So their offense can keep up. It's just that their defense can't do shit. Right. Same thing with the Steelers. Steelers have a terrible offense and a terrible defense. But for somehow Mike Tomlin is willing these motherfuckers to win. Like, when I tell you willing these motherfuckers.
The Steelers is a franchise that just can't fucking lose. Like they have
their morale and their environment is toxic.
Yeah, even when they have nobody, their starting quarterback will be out. The running back will be on the fucking lunch break. They fucking wide receivers will be tying their shoes on the field, and a nigga will just literally fumble for 90 yards and then kick a field goal, win the game 3-0. Like
that's exactly how it happens. Like I think they caught a lot of lucky breaks.
Yeah, like forever though. Like it's just how they operate.
Yeah, their offense coordinator is terrible. Like,
yeah.
Fucking terrible. I think that's the Bears.
I'm about to say yourself for Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown, he wound up getting the championship with Tampa Bay, right? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's fool right here. Think CTE is what did that to him?
Absolutely. After that hit from Bursit, yeah, that man was never the same. He started talking funny, acting funny. Like that's what it is. That's what that shit do.
Nigga walked in, Stephon Arkell came out Urkel.
It's the same shit that happened to what's it called? What's his name? Yeah, Amanda Holyfield when he kept getting hit in the head.
Then he started talking to the nigga after the game, after the fight. So how did you take him down in the second? Well, one fish, blue fish.
That's exactly
Blue
how he
fish,
talks
blue
now.
fish.
You ever talk to man Holyfield?
Give a dog a bone.
His brain,
What?
his brain's buffering in real time. He's
Huh,
trying to talk to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, he ask some questions. He be confused. Yeah, he be like,
You have your license and registration? I never registered my license, but it was orchestrated by the government. Shh. It's like, man, if you hey, come out the car for us, sir. Straight them shits.
shit.
God damn it. Oh man. It's woo. Hey, this has been another episode, a whole lot of cap. You got anything you want to tell people?
It's not UGG season yet. Put them shits away.
Yes, your toes is all sweaty.
Yeah.
You pull them off.
Then they look like accordions because you wearing the shits from last year.
Accordions.
And
Yo.
then they got the.
Oh
and
shit.
then, you know what I mean?
Hey man. And Uggs ain't really supposed to go from year to year either, people.
Right.
Like you was just walking through all your shoes look like the Grizzlies had them. They done been through all the grit and grind of the season.
And then you're wearing them and like they're not for the rain. Like
Nah.
they're just really just for cold weather. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And UGG slides and UGG sandals are not for the winter either. Just because they're furry, don't mean you put them on when it's cold.
That's all. Hey man, I agree 100%, man. Y'all walking around with these big ass UGG boots from last year that got wet. And you never dried them off. They looking like bare foreskin, and you think the shit is cool. It's not cool, man. It's not cool, people.
Bare foreskin is crazy.
Sounds like the name of an elite condom. Bare foreskin.
Yeah.
No, at your local Walgreens. Anywho, man, it's been real, man. We will catch y'all after Thanksgiving holiday. Yup.